Hey guys, I figured I'd go ahead and make another video tonight. We're going to go ahead and continue with where I was at. If I remember correctly, the last star system I was in, I was able to get quite a bit of helium and iron, so doing pretty good as far as my inventory. So let me go ahead and move on to the next planet here. Before I do that, though, one of the things that I mentioned in the last video was to explain what the Omega was. So let me take a minute to do that. Omega, you run across those, some alien races give them to you. At times you run across sort of incidents or events that cause those to get one of these. It's used in a few ways. You can dump one of these into any one of your different, into fuel, into oxygen, or into hull, and it'll give you 25 of that type. It's good in a pinch. Feels like kind of a waste, so I only use them in emergencies typically. There are other ways of using Omegas, one of them being, I believe it's a black hole transport something or other, where you can travel between black holes and you need to spin an Omega to do that. So I've never personally owned that, so I've been using them for emergency purposes usually. So but enough about Omegas. Let me move on to the next system here. You can zoom out using your scroll wheel, and then your arrow keys let you kind of see the limits of what your telescopes can see. So I think I'm going to head this direction. There's quite a few stars here. First off, we've got a yellow dwarf. We'll go ahead and travel there. And he is enjoying himself mid-space. This is an interesting system. A couple gas giants are going to be very helpful. I don't have any fuel on hand, so I'm going to go ahead and hit those up first. Didn't hit very much hull on that, 3 hull. I don't know if there's any correlation between how much hull you lose and how much actual resources are on the planet. There are times where it hits 30 plus of your hull, other times it's single digits, like just now. So let me go ahead and send 6 down, and not a whole lot came back. So at this point, I would not spend more than probably 2. This may only get me 1, but I'm going to try it. Well, I only got 1, so at this point, continue to launch your 1 fuel probes and get as much of this as you can. I'm assuming this is going to end up being 20 total, but oh, that's it, 18 total. So let's go ahead and dump that in and test this next gas giant. I'm hopeful that it actually has more than what we ran across there, but we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw 6 at it. Excellent. 9 helium, 10 hydrogen. This time I'm going to get a little more conservative on my second. I'm going to go with just 2. Good thing I did, and it only got me 1 of each, so go ahead and launch probe again. Let's go back. Let's go down to 1, the 1 fuel probe, and continue to launch these until there's nothing left. Oops. Launch the 1 fuel probe. Oops, I forgot that hydrogen. Alright, nothing left. So let me finish. Let's go ahead and throw some of that fuel in. And is it worth landing on a garden planet? I lose some hull, but an opportunity to meet an alien life form, it's hard to pass that up, so let's go ahead and orbit and land. Fills up my oxygen. Let's take an opportunity to talk to the local folks here. As you can see, there's a word that I know, so Last time I proved it worked. Let me disapprove this time, see what happens. Alright, well, he's asking for something. I don't know what he's asking for. I've got some iron to give him, so let's try it. And he took my gift, but he wasn't really happy about it, so all thing I did is learn a new word. I don't have a whole lot of room, but I think I've got enough room to drill and see what I can find. So let me I'll spend a few fuel here by 3. Some more copper, cobalt. I think that's what that is. Yes, cobalt. Let's top that off. Let's top the carbon off, and let's shove off here. Don't believe there's anything else left in this system, so let's bring up the main map. Let's go ahead and travel to this red dwarf. Apparently the understood the circuit diagram. Didn't get any kind of special event there, but alright. Let's set up that gas giant. The hull took quite a beating there. Before we do a probe, we're low enough on fuel that I can drop the rest of my helium in there. Let's go ahead and dump in some oxygen and see where that drops off. And then let's go ahead and send a probe here. Some good returns. I got 10 helium and lots of hydrogen. I'm going to go ahead and drop the oxygen. It's not something I'm really going to need. And grab that helium. At this point, I know I'm going to send another probe, but I might as well spend some of what I just picked up so that I've got some room available to store what I find. So a good one that I find in this case is to put some some hydrogen in here. That's got enough room now that I should be able to continue to probe this planet and be all right. So send 3 this time. 2 and 3, that's pretty good. I'm gonna drop down to 1 now. Let's keep going. Alright, looks like I can keep going here. So I'm gonna end up with the hydrogen that I can't store. So at this point, I need to make a choice. Carbon is not very useful. At least I haven't found it to be very useful, unless you have a spaceship that uses carbon for fuel. I've ran across one ship that does that, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop the carbon. And that's gonna at least net me 2 hydrogen. Looks like it's gonna net me 3. And that's it. So I think it was worth it. Drop those 3 in there, free up a spot. I definitely need some iron. I'm don't have a way to really repair my ship at the moment. I've got 2 iron, but that's about it. So we'll go ahead and drill here. Excellent, got some good stuff. Cobalt, I need to make room for some of this other stuff. Cobalt's not real important, so I'm going to go ahead and drop that. There's some things it's used for. As you can go into information here, it'll tell you that it's used for measuring instruments. So I think telescopes, and there's some other telescope advancements that it's used for. Platinum, excellent. This is used for a lot of, if I remember correctly, a lot of the shield technology, which will be important in a later game, at least as far as I've gotten. And then silicon is important as well. A lot of these are important. I keep saying important. A lot of them are good. So 3 iron, I hate to drop it, but 20 silicons hard to pass up for that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish there. I'm gonna spend that iron and drill again to get some more iron. This time I'm gonna go down to 3. It's enough iron to get me by for repairs. If you've played the game, you can you know this, but a lot of these components will get damaged. If you go into information on it, it'll tell you what you need to repair. Most of them are 1 iron. Others are silicon, but it's good to have iron on hand. If something gets damaged and you don't have any iron, you could be up a creek without a paddle pretty quick. So, but finish. I'm gonna go ahead and take off. I think it's worth landing on the next planet as well. I need more iron. Let's see if we've got room for anything. Not really. I'm gonna have to make a hard choice depending on what I find here. Well, there's enough room for 12 iron, so that's good enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish, and we'll take off. That's it for this system. We're gonna move on here. A black hole. You can find new ships. We haven't run across one yet. I'd like to comment on one of those when we do, but black holes will have ships at times, but I don't usually seek them out. To me, it's not really worth the 18 fuel and oxygen just to see if there's something there. So I'm gonna move on to this yellow dwarf. You know, I like to take risks once in a while, so I'm gonna board the ship. I'm probably going to take, sounds like I learned new technology, but I'm going to take some hull damage, and the way that he explained that he flew away at max thrust, I'm probably going to lose some fuel as well. Nope, just hull damage. Foul stasis. If I remember correctly, that's environmental, so it's going to help with oxygen. Let's go ahead and jump in here and top off my fuel. I need an extra spot to split my iron. Like I said before, I want to keep some iron around for repairs. I don't want to just dump it in here. So let me go to the system and at least travel to one of these planets. That'll afford me space to drop the rest of my helium in there and split this. Let's keep 4 around, and I'll dump the 12 into the hull. Alright, let's do some probing here. 6. Some heavy hydrogen. Interesting. I just don't want to lose anything I have here, so I'm going to let that hydrogen fly off into space. I'm going to go ahead and at least fill up here. I think it's probably worth doing at least 6 single probes to at least top off. Oops, don't want to do that. At least top off what I have. As you can see, I have 6 missing, so what I can do is at least get the 6 filled out, and then we can continue to probe 1. Like I said, this is tedious, but for as much as I've died in this game, it's worth it in my mind. So we'll do the same thing, and I'll continue to launch some probe. What we'll end up with, hopefully, is 99. And a full, well, it's about as good as we're going to get. 20 and 20 and 99 fuel, so I'm going to go ahead and leave this planet. Wrong button, sorry guys. Let's go ahead and land on the garden planet. people and iron, and we. Let's approve. Well, he's okay with that. I don't know what to give him. Iron last time didn't work. I'm gonna give him a hydrogen. He did mention iron. Let me go ahead and give him an iron. Ah, didn't like it. I really don't have anywhere to put anything, so I guess I could drop my Omega in the hull. It's just taking up space. It's going to be a while before I get more iron. I think I'm just going to dump it in there. And we're going to drill here, see if we can find some rare elements. Well, nothing great. Take that cobalt, but that's it. Yeah, that was kind of a waste. All right, let's take off. Probably going to dump that cobalt into space, the way things are going. And there's one gaseous planet left, but I've got so much fuel that I don't think it's worthwhile. So let's move on. Let's go to that red giant. All right, well, some damage there. I think I kept some of this around, the iron, so let me go ahead and repair that. And we're left with a rocky planet. Let's see if we can find ourselves some iron. So let's drop down there, try to make some room for some iron. This equals total of 40 fuel, so we can dump that in. And let's do some drilling. 15 iron's not bad for spending 5. Let me drop down to 3. We got 4. Oh, that's not bad. Let's split this. Max out our hull. Oh, sorry guys. Planet. Alright. Well, that would probably do it for now. Appreciate you watching. If you liked the video and it was helpful to your strategy in the game, please like and comment. As I said in the last video, if you see something that I'm doing wrong in the game that could be helpful to help me actually beat the game, jump in and leave a comment for sure. So I'm probably going to continue to do videos at least until I die here, so check out the next video. Thanks guys.